Okay, so this one's quite interesting. So, I caught my husband reading my diary. He admitted to having done so consistently for the past 3 years. He has a binder of some of the pages photocopied. I'm unsure of how to feel in this marriage. Okay. Posting this in personal issues because so far it feels more like a personal issue to me. Yesterday afternoon, I came home from work early because I wasn't feeling well. I assumed my husband, Jake, 5 years married, was at work still because it was still early in the day. I went upstairs to our bedroom to take a nap and I saw him trying to stuff my diary back into its hiding place. Shocked, I asked him what he was doing. At first, he said nothing, and he was cleaning our room and found it. I was about to put it back, but he was fidgety, and I knew that he was lying. I pressed on it more and asked if he was really reading my diary. Like seriously? And I felt so weird after saying that. It reminded me of the time my mom was reading my diary. I was 13 and I caught her. I felt like a kid all over again, with my privacy being invaded and being secretly judged. Eventually, he admitted that yes, he was reading it. I was hurt until my diary is sacred to me, and has always been. It's one place I can truly open up and be myself. I questioned him even more about it, and he admitted he'd been doing it consistently for 3 years. Well, he said he started doing it after my dad died because he was worried about me. The time was rough for me, sure, but I wasn't depressed. It was my dad's time to go after a long battle with cancer, and I knew it was coming. I don't think my behaviour changed drastically enough to warrant my husband to invade my privacy and read my diary. Hmm. He said once he got started, he couldn't stop it, and it was addicting. He even admitted to having some pages photocopied. On the photocopied pages, he would make notes and draw question marks. I noticed one or two of the question marks were drawn around around entries and paragraphs where I talk about going out with my friends or seeing my family. I asked him why on earth he would draw question marks around that. He did not trust me. I was so confused. He then deflected and snatched the booklet with the photocopies from my hand, said I should not be so upset. Husbands and wives should share everything, and I shouldn't be so antsy about my diary unless I had things to hide from him. He said he said he feels that he has a right to look at it as my husband, and that he's just concerned about me. My thing is, he ain't my privacy. I'm my own person apart from him, aren't I? Really like having a place to be myself completely. I can't even have that. I'm already going to quit my job soon to make him happy. What? Okay. So I can stay home with our future kids. I've already given up a lot of my life since I got married. I don't see some of my friends because Jake says I now have marital responsibilities and I can't be attached to single life anymore. What? I gave up my favorite hobby of hiking because Jake said it was dangerous. I don't know. I'm just getting sad writing this. Writing my diary was one of the only things I had left, and it's now taken away from me. I've been so sad that I can't even process it. I don't know about it. Sometimes I feel like a shell of my former self in this marriage, but I feel like I'm overreacting. I'm sure that's what you're thinking right now. No, I'm not. Sometimes I just lay in bed and cry and wonder, this is all there is in the world. I used to have so many friends and hobbies, and I feel like since getting married, things have changed so much. My home is a place that only makes me sad and tired and feel grey and weak and pessimistic inside, and even cold up to the point where I just lay in bed with blankets over me. Nothing to do every single day but wait. Wait for Jake, wait for work, wait for bedtime, wait for food, wait for my hot baths, wait for when I can lay down for hours with nothing, with no one looking, not even enough strength to get up and go for a walk or do something productive. I can't decide if it's my marriage or if I'm depressed. I don't know how I truly can feel yet. How I truly feel yet about this diary thing. I feel like my privacy has been extremely invaded. It just makes me sad more than anything, and Jake wouldn't even apologize to me. He says I'm being dramatic and silly, and that I just need to have a good nap and it'll be okay. What? Okay. That he's just doing the best for me. Okay. And that he will always do that. Just do that and take care of me and make sure I never have to lift a finger in this world or have a job or go anywhere but the comfort of our home that he bought for us. He wants me to stay at home for 4th of July and not go anywhere and rest instead. I wish I could just go outside and walk in a straight line and never look back. I just need to vent. If you have any advice, I'd appreciate it. Would you consider this a major breach of privacy or no big deal? You think I'm depressed? Oh my god, whoa. Okay. So this is a crazy situation. Firstly, I don't think you're overreacting because if it was just the diary thing, like, it's obviously not nice, but you could, like, there's no reason to break up over a marriage over just reading the diary once. But, like, 3 years, and then he's photocopying shit and annotating it, that's, like, psychologically controlling. And then he said that he wants you to stop working, not see friends, don't do the stuff that you enjoy. Oh, that is like, there is a lot of stuff going on. You need, I don't know, you need some distance from the situation because this is just crazy. Yeah, she's just crazy. Okay, so Jake, Sky. Okay, so he seems quite insecure, I'd say, because it's like he's not. I don't think he's being malicious. Like, he doesn't want to hurt you or anything. You've been married for 5 years, so obviously he's not like trying to be malicious or hurtful or cruel anyway. But like, the things he's doing and saying, it's like it's really weird. Like, he says husband's wife should share everything, and I shouldn't be so antsy about my diary unless I had things to hide from him. I mean, yeah, husband's wife should be honest about things, but the fact that he thinks that your privacy is only to hide something which you shouldn't be doing shows that he's kind of insecure. And then, like, you can't see your friends because you got marital responsibilities. What's marriage got to do with having friends? I would say that having friends is quite a healthy thing to do in a marriage, because in any relationship you have ups and downs, and the wider your social network, or at least varied, means that you can in times of difficulty you can call upon other people in your life to for help and or just to get some perspective, really. And I think that's what's happened. You're not talking to anyone else, and there's so much stuff that's been happening over the years, and you're losing perspective. Um, and then like he's stripped away your friends. He's gonna strip away your work life. He's stripped away your hobby. And you're asking if you are depressed or if it's your marriage. I think it's both. Honestly, like in depression, one of the things that happens is you start to um, lose pleasure in things that you usually enjoy doing. In a way, like it's not a surprise that you're feeling down at all because your husband has kind of stripped away the things that you enjoy doing in a like almost artificially constructed cause of depression because you're just trapped in your house. Um, I think it's a very delicate situation that you're in because, like I said, Jake isn't very. He doesn't sound like a very evil guy, but he is very insecure and like I think he needs some friends as well. Really, honestly, like he is so obsessed with you. Really, like he's been making photocopies of your diary and annotating stuff, and then it was like, what did he say? Um, that he's just doing the best for me and that always will do just that and take care of me and make sure I never have to lift a finger in this world or have a job or go anywhere but the comfort of our home that he's bought for us. That is like really scary stuff because yes, he is trying to be nice and loving, but it's doing it in such a way that he expects complete and utter devotion and love from you. Like it's really it's impossible. I mean, to get you into that situation, you have to be completely brainwashed. Like and that's what he's doing inadvertently, I think. It's subconsciously, I think. Not doing it on purpose, but like stripping away all of the things that make you you. You know, your friends, your work, your hobbies. Like, what do you want? Like, just so you come home. I mean, he comes home from work. And you're like this robot who just, you know, um, pines over him and just gives him all your love and attention. Like, I think this is a very delicate situation because it, he obviously you're very important to him, but you need the thing that you need to do is take a step back, find some other people, like friends and whatever, stay with your family for a bit, and gain some perspective because you're not. I don't like. There's not been a actual certain trigger that's made you feel so sad. It's just the pernicious and constant wearing away of you as a human being that your husband has been doing in the name of love and care. And I mean, I don't know, maybe if he keeps up with this, you will become depressed, and it might be a very difficult thing to recover from. So I think you really do need to um, take a step back from the situation. Um, I mean, we've been together for 5 years. It's a pretty long time, I guess. Um, I don't think. I mean, thinking of divorce is a bit premature, I think. But yeah, so it's quite an interesting situation because it's so unusual. It really is. Um, yeah, so you need to take them step back, but the problem is that your husband is so, like, honestly, he is quite obsessed with you, and that's not something that is necessarily malicious, but it needs to be handled in a way which will mean that he will um not do anything hurtful, because of the fact that he will see this as such a betrayal of you just taking some time out and trying to gain some perspective in the situation, because that action increases the possibility of him um and you not being together anymore. And I think that that will, I mean, that's that's something that should always be a possibility in any relationship. The option of not continuing with the relationship. I think if you don't have that option, then there's this um, undercurrent of dread that will affect all parts of the relationship. That if you, in the back of your mind, have this thing thinking, I can't leave this guy because he'll do something crazy, or he'll like be crazy in some way. If that happens, then everything that you do will just be, that's not that's not a relationship anymore. That's, I don't know, like a hostage situation. Um, so he's obviously quite obsessed with you. I mean, you have to. You know, probably you obviously know more about your husband's past and what's happened with him. Um, he will not, from what I can see, he will not um take this distancing thing that you really do need to be a happy person again. That you do need to do that. He will not take that um without being very, very hurt. And people who are very, very hurt, um not because they're bad people. Everyone, when they're hurt, um if they're hurt um to a degree that is too painful, will end up doing things that they wouldn't usually do. I'm not talking about anything malicious or sinister. I'm just saying that he will be very upset at this. So um that's a very difficult situation. Does he have friends that he can chill out with, or his own family, something to dissipate the pain that he'll feel as you try and gain some perspective on the situation? Um, because honestly, it's a very unhealthy situation that you're in, because he's trying to elicit this love and devotion from you by doing all these crazy things, like working really hard on buying a house and trying to make your life as comfortable as possible, which in actuality is actually just wearing away the things that make you happy. Um, and that love and devotion that he craves from you, you can't provide him. No one can. From one person, that much like love and devotion and obsession, it's unhealthy and unrealistic. Um, I mean, the best way to be healthy socially is to have a nice, varied group of friends, and like I said, and that allows you to um, weather any difficulties in one specific relationship in your life, because you can always draw upon and gain some perspective from the others in your life. Your husband seems to be someone who's um, not had the healthiest development socially in the situation. I don't think he's he isn't very well at the moment, and that's causing him to live in a way which is hurting you as well. Um, so I mean, like I said, it's a very complex situation, and it's possible I haven't constructed or articulated my points in a very logical way, but that's what I'd say. It's a very, very complex situation. Um, and like I said, it's a very difficult, delicate situation as well, because the fact that anything that you do will cause enormous hurt to your husband, which isn't your fault at all. Like I said, you deserve to have some perspective and a bit of distance, but what I'm trying to say is that that will actually um, that could actually blow up in your face, because this person who you've married now is so unhealthy in his social thinking. So what can you do about that? Maybe is it possible for you to I was gonna say is it possible for you to go to couples therapy, but that's just going to be very difficult situation to convince your husband to accept. Um, Basically, you need more information about the scenario, because the husband obviously has had some problems in the past, and that's a cause of the symptoms that you are experiencing with him. I mean, it doesn't seem like you are all at all at any fault. It doesn't seem like that at all. Um, so there's no need to blame yourself. I think you're reacting in a very common and understandable way to this whole situation. You're not going crazy. Yes, the diary reading thing is a small event if viewed in isolation, but in the context of all the things that have been happening in your relationship, it's very easy to see how that could be a trigger for a big event such as a divorce. Um, but like I said, you have to be very cautious in your approach and how to do this, because you need some space, but your husband isn't going to be able to accept that very easily. Yeah, you need to find out a way for him to dissipate that pain that he'll feel when you ask for some distance, whether it's to go to your family or whatever. Mm, does he have friends? Mm, does he have anyone else that he talks to? Um, do you have any pets, like a dog or something? Um, that he can, I don't know, um, rely on as he's alone from you for a bit. Um, yeah, I think you just need more information about this to suggest possible avenues of approach to the situation. Yeah, I think that's all I can really say on the situation. Um, yeah, so in summary, you're not being unreasonable. Um, you need some perspective on this, and you need a way to find a healthy way of distributing and dissipating your husband's pain as you gain that perspective and distance, because he's obviously very um, obsessed with you, really. Um, so yeah, this was quite an interesting and quite a um, emotional situation, really. It's so I I can empathize with your situation, and I can feel how emotionally distraught you are just by reading a few lines of your situation. So, um, you're going through a very difficult time at the moment, and well done for trying to ask for advice, even if it's just from the internet, because that is what you actually do need. You need some perspective, some outside perspective um, to almost ventilate this claustrophobic situation that you've got going on here. So, yeah, that's what I'd say. Best of luck. Um, hopefully, it all sorts itself out. But yeah, well done and best of luck.